Hey my friends, how you doing? This is Dan the Man with the Master Plan. I just wanted to make another video real quick. This is the end of the this is the end of this particular journey, and I'm glad to be going back to Seattle, which we're gonna be moving into a house for a little while. Of course, I'm only gonna be back in Seattle for 2 or 3 weeks. I'll help Krista move, hang out with her, cuddle up, get her supercharged and motivated again to keep on boring through. And I'm going to be starting on a bicycle tour down the West Coast again, just to do a few talks and to get some time away, really. So yeah, raw foods. I can see that everybody's starting to really dig it. This whole thing is growing real big. Facebook, friends, YouTube. It's really starting to grow. Those are our two mediums right now, and we're having a great time seeing this thing grow real good and getting the message out there that it's kind of bizarre how this whole thing hasn't really ever come across the way that it's being presented here, but I guess that's, cool for me, right? It really doesn't take a genius to figure any of this out. It's very common sense stuff. Really what it is the matter of, we talk about the love, and do you care enough about yourself? Do you believe in your dreams coming true? Are you willing to just kind of get over the victim mentality? Are you willing to forgive the people that have done you wrong? You know what I mean? Are you willing to let go of the resentments? When it comes to the weight issues, are you willing to expose that part of yourself that you're using food and weight to hide? Does that make any sense to anybody? Because I talk to a lot of people, and I know it's like, oh yeah, I was traumatized and all this stuff. And, I hear you. I'm with you. I understand all that. It made me a stronger person, and it makes you a stronger person if you're willing to just go in there and face it and look at yourself. Because a lot of it really is about weight loss. There's not too many dudes like me. There's a few people like me that are relatively thin and always have been, but are looking for more of that vitality. So getting thin is actually really easy on the level of the protoplasm. It's really easy. Watch. Eat raw foods. Eat clean raw foods. Very low fat, with no fat for periods. Juice feasting, juice fasting, 24 to 36 hour weekly water fast. Cleansing. Clean out your body. There's no one single pathway to do this. But mostly what you'll see is that the fruit and vegetable plan, which is a low-fat, high-water, nutrient-dense, organic, tree-ripened. It doesn't have to be organic, but organic is best, so when you can, do organic. But you're going to start to dissolve the accumulations, which are things that really we've been sold as food, but are not really food. It sounds good on paper. It looks good. Pyramids and things like that the government designs, but in truth, in reality, we see that a lot of times what people think, I'm eating so healthy, they're really not. They're eating a lot of dead, carbohydrate-y, cooked dead animals, and different types of cooked animal fluids that come out of different areas of the animals and udders and things like that. And perhaps at one time that was decent food, but it's just a new world, and we have to be evolving and adapting into that new world. And the fruit and vegetable plan, I'll be honest with you, it's a real illuminating type plan. It's a very, I'm a type of person who basically lives, I basically live off fruits, vegetables, and small amounts of nuts and seeds. And that's, so far I'm doing really great. When I do other stuff like the gourmet, it just plugged me up, and I'm still draining that stuff out. So that was a great major lesson for me. I'm going to continue to teach the fruit and vegetable path, the cleansing and the detoxifying and the regenerating of the cells through the electricity and the high water, which dissolves the accumulations in the cells. So if you really want to get well, you just get rid of the junk that's like high heated and coagulated, and get that out of your body. And then go for the foods that are like apples and oranges and bananas and coconuts and celery and spinach and cilantro and kale, and drink lots of juices, tons and tons of green juices. Leafy green herbs is what everybody needs. Nobody out there is getting too many leafy green herbs in salads, smoothies, and juices. Okay, it's a lot. Most of us can, hey, yeah, no problem on the fruit, because fruit's really good, and fruit's a really good source of energy, calories. Um, it's also very good to wash the body clean in certain ways. It freshens the breath, it freshens and sweetens the body fluids. But a lot of times people eat too much fruit and don't get enough of those leafy greens, organic leafy greens. Sorry about the nose. I should be able to get clear one of these days, but I'm glad, because I've been on a no fat, no spice, no nothing, just juices and fruits and salads with no fat and anything like that to keep this thing going, because I just want to keep digging deeper and deeper into the lymphatic system. And that's what you want to do if you want to lose weight, get more beautiful, clear up your bloodstream, eliminate diseases. I mean, it's really common sense stuff, but we've gotten kind of off track, and that's why there's a dude here. His name's Dan, the Life Regenerator, man. And he just is like talking common sense in a loving way. I'm not here to judge anyone or prove anything to anyone. I'm just here to simply encourage people to look at nature. And yes, our fruits and foods are all hybridized, but I'd rather have hybridized fruits and vegetables than I'd rather have hybridized steaks. Hybridized milk and strange things like that, which obviously cause a lot of problems, because I've studied this for many years, and I've been just looking for the truth, and then I've been experimenting for the last 10 years, and it's really cool. Now, on the fruits and vegetables, yeah, you're going to clean your body out. What a lot of people do in this raw food movement, which isn't a movement at all or a community at all, it's the common sense, because that way deers are raw foodists, elephants are raw foodists, mice would be raw foodists if they didn't eat all the humans' cooked food. But every other animal in nature is a raw foodist. So it's not really a raw food community. It's just the way that it is. It's just raw food is just the way that it is. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. And all the rationalizations about cooked food makes our brain bigger. The arguments are so weak, I can't even believe people actually fall for that. But we do anything we can as human beings to rationalize behavior that we know that is destructive. Cooking food and high heating it, and denaturing the fats and denaturing the proteins and denaturing the glucose and the sugars is, denaturing things. Anybody who's a simple chemist will tell you, oh yeah, when you high heat fats, you ruin the bioavailability. In other words, it ruins the ability of the living organism to assimilate and utilize the essential fatty acids when they're high heated. So they stick to your body, and then you need to come to me when they give you a disease and a prognosis that says, oh, you're sick, you have such and such disease. There's only one disease. It's called obstruction. Okay? And if the body's obstructed, the divine flow of the life energy through the nervous system, the blood system, the lymphatic system, you need to get all those systems flowing again. And how do you do that? Raw foods. Fruits and vegetables is a cleansing diet. So you want to do the cleansing diet, but don't get stuck on the cleansing diet, because the day is going to come when you're going to be done cleansing, whether it's a year from now or 10 years from now. It's taken me about 10 years, and I'm still working on the depth of the cleanse. But the day's going to come when I'm going to get into the building phase of this thing. I've done a little bit. I've kind of swayed back and forth. I'm really going to hit hard on the cleanse because I want to get her done. Do some serious fasting and do some serious stuff like that. So I don't know how available I'm going to be in the coming days ahead. Well, after the tour. So you'll have me for another 3 months when I'm traveling the country. I'm going to try to get a laptop and see if I can keep these videos coming, but we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I just wanted to check in and give you another heads up on the raw foods, the fruits and vegetables, every single day, and every person that gets a hold of me and all the stories. I got to tell you, I'm getting more and more convinced myself, because I'm looking at the data here from the people that are getting a hold of me. Dan, I lost 40 pounds. Dan, I lost 70 pounds. Dan, I lost 100 pounds. Dan, I've lost 200 pounds. Raw foods. Clean up your body. Get healthy. Love yourself, because that's going to be the #1 key to this whole thing. Self-love. Gotta go. Peace.